everyone. My name is Albert Moropoulos, and my choice of topic, as you can see, is on the ethics of capital punishment. Today, capital punishment varies by jurisdiction and is applied rarely, mostly in use only for aggravated murder, felony murder, or contract killing. In this photo, the blue represents no current death penalty statute. The orange represents the statute or method has been declared unconstitutional. The yellow-green color represents no statute applied since 1976, and the red represents a state where the death penalty has been carried out since 1976. The Espy file is a database of executions in the United States and the earlier colonies from 1608 to 2002. It lists that in nearly 400 years, a little over 15,000 people were executed within the borders of present-day United States. Over the last 72 years, only 4,661 executions have occurred, with most of those being over 50 years ago. As of January 1st, 2009, there are a total of 3,297 death row inmates in the United States. In California alone, it costs the taxpayers approximately $90,000 per year per inmate to confine the death row inmates, accounting for $63.3 million annually for their 670 inmates. In other states, such as Maryland, the price per inmate is well into the millions because they must investigate the case thoroughly, go to trials, deal with appeals, and once convicted they must be placed into incarceration, most likely awaiting for their next appeal, long before their scheduled execution date. Committing a crime, especially murder, in our society is a punishable offense, one that I believe should be met with equal consequences for the actions committed. But instead, these animals get treated with mercy from the public, mercy that they didn't show their victims as they ended their lives. Is it unethical to believe in an eye for an eye? Is it ethical to allow these monsters the God-given right to live when they have so easily abused that right themselves? Is it ethical to force hard-working citizens, such as you and I, to pay more taxes in order to support the investigations, trials, appeals, lawyers, and incarceration of these beasts? Or is it ethical to support their freedom, to give the system more red tape to sort through before actually executing one of these criminals? I don't believe so. Given that each state must deal with constant red tape, the outcry of public opinion at even the mention of capital punishment, the money involved in the process to convict someone of a crime punishable by death, and the money involved in keeping that inmate incarcerated until their scheduled execution date, there are two possibilities for solving all the issues involved with this topic. The first of those two options is to remove capital punishment altogether, thus removing all red tape, the outcry of public opinion, the process of convicting someone of a crime punishable by death, which is far more difficult and costly than to convict someone of a crime punishable with life in jail. But in exchange, the cost of housing the inmate increases indefinitely, as they will be staying with the prison for quite some time. The need for more prisons would go up, costing even more taxpayer dollars to build and maintain. But at the same time, the construction and operation of such a facility would only increase the job market. On the other hand, you can make capital punishment easier to obtain, removing all red tape, removing the costly trials and appeals, removing the need for more prisons to be constructed, and decreasing the taxes for everyone in general. But these added perks come with an even larger public outcry and a path down a dark way. Personally, I believe that the laws should become stricter, that all death row inmates should be executed tomorrow, saving millions of dollars each year for so many states and taxpayers. I think people should stop trying to show mercy on these creatures and let the system have its way with them. Is it unethical for me to say such things? To have an opinion? Perhaps. But I feel that if the law became stricter, after a few years, prisons could be closed down due to lack of enrollment, criminals would disappear and society would become a more law-abiding place. However, as much as I would like to believe my idea would solve all the United States problems on this issue, it would probably lead to a world run by fear, where the police and government would become the judge, jury, and executioner for all crimes, and thus a new problem would arise from the ashes of the old. But a man can dream, can't he? Are there any questions? What are your thoughts on this issue?